What if you weren't a random accident? What if the entire universe dreamed of you? Look up at the night sky, countless stars burning in silence, stretching into a vastness we'll never fully grasp. And yet, here you are, watching this video, breathing, thinking, wondering, why? Why does anything exist at all? Why a universe of such beauty, of such delicate order, of such precise balance? Is all this just a cosmic chance? Or is something deeper going on? Could the universe itself be conscious? Let's get into it. Our universe is tuned to perfection. For life, for you, for wonder. There's something deeply strange about the universe we live in. Not just that it exists at all, that out of nothingness came everything, but that it seems designed for life. You've probably heard of the phrase fine-tuning. It's more than just a clever metaphor. It refers to something truly mind-bending, the idea that the laws and constants of physics are set just right, within unimaginably precise margins, to allow life to exist. Let's break that down. Imagine a soundboard with dozens of dials. Gravity, the speed of light, the strength of the electromagnetic force, the mass of the electron, the density of matter in the early universe. Now imagine that all of these dials have to be set within a razor-thin range, so thin that if you nudged even one of them just a tiny bit to the left or right, life as we know it would be impossible. No galaxies, no stars, no chemistry, no consciousness, nothing. Take gravity. If it were just a little stronger, the universe would have collapsed in on itself moments after the Big Bang. If it were a bit weaker, matter would have flown apart too quickly to form galaxies, let alone planets. Or look at the strong nuclear force, the force that holds the nucleus of atoms together. If it were just a hair weaker, protons and neutrons wouldn't stick together. No atoms, no chemistry. Too strong. Everything collapses into black holes before anything has a chance to evolve. Then there's the cosmological constant, which affects the expansion rate of the universe. Physicists have calculated that if this constant were off by even 1 part in 10 to the 120th, the universe would either collapse or expand too quickly for galaxies to form. That's a precision so extreme, it makes hitting a bullseye from across the observable universe look like child's play. These aren't abstract numbers, they are the hidden architecture of reality. And they seem delicately arranged to permit the emergence of life, intelligence, and conscious experience. It's like walking into a house and finding every element, every beam, every screw, every pipe, perfectly in place, not just to shelter you, but to know you were coming. Physicist Lee Smolin tried to calculate the odds of a universe like ours appearing by chance. His conclusion: 1 chance in a number so big, it's a 1 followed by 229 zeros. To give you some perspective, there are about 10 to the 80th atoms in the known universe, so this number isn't just big, it's beyond astronomical. So, what are we supposed to do with that? Dismiss it as a fluke, call it luck, and move on? Or should we dare to ask a deeper question? What if this didn't just happen? What if the reason the universe appears fine-tuned is because it was? This is where mystery begins to shimmer around the edges of science. Because whether you're a physicist, a philosopher, or a poet, the same truth confronts us all. Something is going on here. Something uncanny. Something that doesn't quite fit into the cold equations we've inherited. And in that mystery lies an invitation, not just to understand the universe, but to wonder what it might be trying to tell us. What if the universe itself is conscious, not like us, but like spirit? So here we are, standing before a universe that seems fine-tuned to impossible precision, a cosmic machine calibrated not just for atoms, but for eyes that can look back at the stars. And the question lingers like a whisper in the silence. Is this really just luck? Or is there something deeper? Because if this wasn't random, if the universe is set up perfectly for life, then what exactly are we standing inside of? The more we explore this mystery, the more the old story, the one where the universe is cold, dead, and mechanical, begins to crack. It served us for centuries, yes. It gave us engines, electricity, and smartphones. But it doesn't explain why the universe is like this. It doesn't explain what makes being possible at all. And maybe that's because the old story forgot one crucial thing: consciousness. Not just human consciousness, but the sheer, undeniable fact of experience. Because here's the strange truth: of all the things in the universe, the only one we truly know, the only thing we feel from the inside, is consciousness itself. We don't know what matter truly is. We don't know what energy truly is. But we know what it feels like to be. And that might be the biggest clue of all. So maybe the foundation of reality isn't mindless matter, but mind itself. Consciousness isn't something the universe produced. Maybe it's what the universe is. This brings us to a radical and ancient idea, one that modern science is slowly rediscovering: cosmopsychism. Cosmopsychism proposes that consciousness isn't confined to brains. It's not a rare glitch in a blind system. It's woven into the fabric of existence itself. Think of it this way: your individual mind arises from the complex network of your brain. But what if the universe, too, has a kind of network? What if the entire cosmos, taken as a whole, forms one vast, unified field of awareness? Not a human mind, not a god in the sky, but a cosmic consciousness, living intelligence diffused throughout space and time. We're not the first to suggest this. Mystics, sages, and poets have been saying it for centuries. The Vedas called it Purusha, the cosmic soul. Indigenous wisdom speaks of the earth as a living being, the sky as a spirit, and philosophers from Spinoza to Schopenhauer to Whitehead all glimpsed it in different ways. Even quantum physics whispers strange hints that reality isn't made of solid stuff, but of probabilities, observation, and relationships. That what we call matter might be better understood as information and, maybe, experience. And what if we've been misreading that all along? What if what we call laws of physics are simply the habits of a conscious universe, not imposed from outside, but flowing from the nature of a living whole? Panpsychism says all things might have a sliver of experience. Cosmopsychism goes further. There is only one consciousness, and everything else is an expression of it. You, me, galaxies, time itself. We are ripples in the same vast sea of awareness, temporary waves rising in the cosmic ocean for a moment, knowing ourselves. So, no, maybe you are not a stranger in an indifferent universe. Maybe you are the eyes and ears of something much larger, something ancient, something awake. Now, some philosophers believe the universe chose laws that would lead to life and love. So if the universe is conscious, not just filled with conscious beings, but conscious in and of itself, then the next question is almost impossible to ignore. What does it want? What is a conscious universe for? There's a new and provocative idea quietly taking root in the minds of philosophers and cosmologists. It's called agentive cosmopsychism, and it takes the conversation one bold step further. Not only is the universe conscious, it may have acted. It may have chosen the very laws that gave rise to life. That's right, the laws of physics, gravity, electromagnetism. The behavior of particles and forces might not have been fixed randomly. They may have been selected in the earliest moments after the Big Bang by the universe itself, chosen with a kind of non-human, primordial intelligence, not to control, but to make room for beauty, for complexity, for conscious life. Think about that. What if the Big Bang wasn't just the start of matter and time, but the first moment of intention? It's a wild thought, but consider this. The laws of nature could have been anything. Most combinations would result in sterile chaos or lifeless voids, but our universe is astonishingly balanced, poised at the edge of stability, just right for stars, chemistry, cells, and thought. This is what agentive cosmopsychism explores. That something, some deeper aspect of the cosmos, wanted life to exist, not in a human, emotional sense, not with a face or a voice, but as a kind of sacred responsiveness, a subtle preference for value, for experience, for growth, for meaning. The universe may not be a machine. It may be an artist drawn toward beauty, drawn toward complexity, not for efficiency, but for the sheer possibility of wonder. You've heard people say you are made of stardust, but this view says more than that. You are made of choice, not just your own choices, but the primal choice of the universe to allow for life in the first place. That's the heart of agentive cosmopsychism. The cosmos didn't just let life happen, it invited it. It created conditions that would support not just matter, but mind, not just survival, but love. And what kind of reality does that reveal? A universe that isn't cold and random, but deeply responsive, tuned to resonance, to value, to what matters. A universe that didn't just permit meaning, but made space for it, for stories, for tenderness, for evolution and heartbreak, and the miracle of consciousness peering into its own nature. So maybe your existence isn't just a side effect of physics. Maybe it's the expression of something sacred, not in a religious sense, though you're welcome to see it that way, but in the sense that life and everything that blooms from it is not accidental, it's intended. Maybe you were not just born from the universe. Maybe you were dreamed into being. You are not a speck in the cosmos. You are the cosmos, waking up. If the universe is conscious, if it selected laws that would give rise to awareness, then what does that make you? You are not separate from this vast intelligence. You are part of it, a branch of the cosmic tree learning to see itself. You are the universe in motion, becoming aware of its own beauty. The atoms in your body were born in stars. The thoughts in your mind arise from billions of years of cosmic unfolding. And your capacity to love, to create, to wonder, that's not accidental. That's the universe expressing itself through you. Mystics have said this for millennia. Now, physics and philosophy are beginning to echo the same truth. Consciousness is not the end of the chain. It may be the beginning. Every act of kindness, every moment of awe, every time you choose growth over fear, you are fulfilling the purpose the universe set in motion. You are not lost in the cosmos. You are the cosmos, not in metaphor. In essence, you are the eyes with which the universe looks inward, the heart with which it remembers meaning, the voice with which it says, I am. So ask yourself, what would change if you lived from that truth? What would you create, knowing you carry the spark of a living universe? Because this life, this breath, this body, this moment, it's not random, it's sacred. You are the dream of the stars. Waking up, the universe whispered you into being. Now, what will you create with that gift? If the universe is conscious, if it chose life and chose you, then your existence is no accident. It's an invitation to create, to heal, to remember who you are, not just a body, not just a name, but a living spark of the cosmos, an echo of the one mind that dreamed galaxies into being. So, what will you do with that knowledge? How will you live, knowing that your thoughts are ripples in a conscious sea, that your love, your courage, your truth matter? Maybe the universe isn't asking for worship. Maybe it's asking for participation, to create beauty, to embody awareness, to live as if you were sacred, because you are. If that resonates with you, subscribe, share your thoughts, and keep walking with wonder, because the universe didn't just make you, it's becoming you, and the next chapter, it's waiting in your hands.